Alright, what is up everybody? How's it going? So I am in a hotel at the moment, so forgive me for the quality. I decided not even to turn on the cam because I don't have my green screen or anything. But this is our second build guide video of 3.7 Legion, and this is my Paradoxica Impale Cyclone Champion. So what we're doing here is we're utilizing the Betrayal Unique Paradoxica. And what this does is it attacks with this weapon deal double damage. So you see a lot of people stacking up double damage, etc. Well, these do it automatically, which is nuts. So what prompted me to do this is I actually found one of these when I was doing some Betrayal content. So then I went and bought the other one. So this is the one that I bought. We're dual wielding these. And this is the one that I found. The level 1 Blood Rage when you kill is extremely, extremely useful. But that's going to be the basis for this build. So before we go over gear, let me show you the tree. So we are a champion. Master of Metal is a huge deal for this build. So I would pick this up first, and then Conqueror through Worthy Foe to give us the damage, taunt, etc. It's really, 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 really useful. So pick those up, and then I decided to take Inspirational over Intimidate, because Intimidate is good, but we really don't need it, to be honest. There's so much damage in this build that it's already ridiculous. So I picked up Inspirational just for some increased non-curse auras, which helps our Pride, which helps all of our auras that we're running. And as you can see, we're running quite a few. So for the tree, came down here, picked up the damage. We are dual wielding, right? So we came down, got the dual wielding nodes. Came down here, grabbed the life. Came over, grabbed the dual wielding nodes down here. We are doing iron reflexes because armor is really, really good this league, and it's on the way to pretty much everything that we need. So Blade Dancer, all these dual wielding nodes through these. Came up here. This is actually really efficient to come up this way, grabbing Brutal Blade and Fatal Blade. This is just a lot of good damage, lots of good crit. And we came up here, grabbed this Jewel Socket, and we will be eventually picking up these 3 nodes on our next few levels. And we came over here. We're not picking up the Leech node because it's 2 travel points, and this is no travel points, and we still get Leech that we need, and we have plenty of Leech to sustain our life. And then our chest has a minus mana reduction, so we don't need the Leech. So this saves us a few points right here. Came up, Scion Life Wheel came down. Dismembering is really, really good, and this is an extremely strong node as well. And we just grabbed this to drop in another Jewel Socket. Grab some life. We don't need to grab this Impale because we're already at over 100% chance to Impale, so no need to do that. But that's the tree right there. Gear. Paradoxes, like I already said, we're running a Starconjas. I don't have the Cyclone enchant yet, but we'll be getting that shortly. I actually crafted this, which was nuts. I about crapped myself. So this is really, really good. This is an ideal setup. The only thing that would make this better is if you had crit on it, which is going to be like a bajillion exalts. So what's really important, you don't necessarily need the maim. The maim is just going to spike your damage up a little bit. That's a really, really common thing to fossil craft this league. But if you want to save a little money, you can prioritize and just get the mana cost, which essentially makes our Cyclone free, which allows us to go and reserve as much stuff as possible on our mana without having to worry about stopping and getting killed. Steel rings are definitely best in slot. I crafted these myself. You want to really, really stack as much physical damage because the Paradoxicas deal double damage. The more flat phys you can add, the better, right? So we're running through that, running through this. These are really, really good. I crafted these, but just prioritize life and physical damage on your jewelry. I got this for a couple C. It's pretty okay. I might upgrade this because this has a lot of potential upgrade. Crafted these. This is where we're getting our mana leech, which is kind of irrelevant at this point. But before you get a minus mana cost of chest, the little leech under gloves is really, really nice. Stygian, and all of our jewels are going to have life, damage if you killed recently, or life and physical damage. Just some decent move speed boots. Nothing too ridiculous. Lion's Roars are a little expensive, but they do help a lot. So that's our gear right there. as far as auras, what we are running Pride, which is ridiculous. So Cyclone, if you're hitting something with Cyclone, it's being affected by Pride, right? So this really, really helps with our boss damage. I already killed Shaper. I will be putting that in the description down below, as well as the POB for this, etc. Because this might be our sheet DPS, but because of Impale, and because we're a champion, we actually get flat phys per Impale, which ends up adding a metric crap ton of damage. So I'll put the POB and everything down there so you guys can play around with it and see what I'm talking about. Blade Storm's really nice when you're running around and you're bossing. If you do want a little bit extra attack speed, you just put this down and it makes you attack even faster, which is really, really nice. So we're running Pride, Dread Banner, Blood and Sand, Flesh and Stone connected to Maim, and Precision. We're not using the Vol Cyclone. We can, but it gets a little rippy when you start doing that, especially with the Legion stuff. Another really important component of this is the Vol Molten Shell. So the Legion counters are extremely rippy, but Molten Shell, Vol Molten Shell is very, very useful because you can alternate them, right? When you know you're getting ready to pop a really rippy Legion, there's a bunch of rares you just broke out. The Legion begins, you pop Vol Molten Shell, and it does wonders to keep you alive. Because it doesn't really matter how much life you have or survivability you have this league. The Legion mobs have so much damage potential, and they're so rippy. There's one in particular that throws a spear at you that'll pretty much one-shot you unless you have 7,000 life and a bunch of reductions. So this goes a long way to helping you survive. It gives you absolutely gratuitous amounts of armor. Just some bleed flask, freeze flasks, just some instants, just in case. Move speed is really, really nice. And then diamond flask, curse immunity is nice to have as well. So that's it in a nutshell. As far as our links, we're running Cyclone, Fortify support, Rage support, which is very, very broken. This makes our damage scale up absolutely ridiculous as we're running through the map. And it's really, really easy to sustain. Again, we're going after that added flat phys anywhere we can, and this is a great way to scale that. Impale, because that's what we're running with. Impale Champ, Melee Phys, and Brutality, which is super broken. So those are our links. In this, to generate some power charges, you can link it with Blade Storm, Critical Strikes, and Infuse, or this is actually a placeholder. This is supposed to be Crit Strikes. Anyway. Molten Shell, Blood and Sand, Dread Banner, and then Pride, Maim, and Flesh and Stone. And then this is just my Leap Slam setup. Some Curse on hit, which is nice. You usually don't need that, but Punishment is a lot of really good extra damage on bosses when you're doing Shaper and Guardians and things like that. So that's the build in a nutshell, guys. It's very, very strong. I'm going to show you guys right now what's going on. But Impale is just absolutely ridiculous. Cosmetics, for those that care about that, is pretty much straight Doomguard. I really love how this looks. It's probably one of my favorite cosmetic setups I've ever done because I love the dark look, and these wings are ridiculous. So the Raven Demon wings and Doomguard setup. Alright, let's grab a map and I'll show you guys kind of the damage potential and what you can expect. Let's just run this plateau. This will be a good example. Minus res. Yeah, sure, why not? It's not really going to make a difference anyway. The boss might be a little rippy, but that's okay. Put for the Brave on here, and I'll show you guys kind of what you can expect when you're playing this. It's very smooth. Cyclone is all over the place this league, so yeah. So buckle up for that. As you can see in the top, our rage started going up, and because of the blood rage on our weapons, we immediately have max frenzy charges, which is just a really nice quality of life. Slowing mobs. As you can see, pretty much everything we touch just immediately dies, which is awesome. Oh, and we get some betrayal, guys. So we pretty much, the second they spawn, they die, because the Impale stacks up so fast that they have absolutely no time to react before they are just taking so much damage. It's really important when you do Impale that you have a 100% chance because when you hit and you don't impale, you're losing out on damage. Is it Jorgen again? What the heck? Moved him and then immediately sent him back to attack. That's hilarious. Looks like we rolled Parandus on this. It's kind of nice. I'll come back and loot later. Just want to show you guys, get to the boss so you guys can see what boss damage looks like. So keep in mind this is minus max res on this map. And our health hasn't even dipped once, even with the goat men being all over the place, being jerks. Alright, here's the boss. And as you can see, once it ramps up, it gets real ridiculous. Like I said, pretty strong, and that's with LE weakness and minus res. So, very, very fun build. Very, very enjoyable. Looks freaking awesome. Kills stuff really, really fast. Shaper's down below. I am going to kill Uber Elder with this guy. I'll upload that video as well as soon as I can get him to spawn. He's been being extra difficult. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If anybody wants to know about the Pantheons, we're just running Soul of Brian King and then Soul of Gruthcool, just to get a little bit more phys damage reduction. So anyway, guys, that's the build. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Let me know. I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next build guide video.